Archaeologists may be on the cusp of finding ruins beneath the ancient church that could house the remains of the saint behind Santa Claus. Located in the Antalya province in southern Turkey, Demir is known to be the birthplace of the much-revered Christian saint Saint Nicholas. During electronic surveys, researchers found there were gaps beneath the ancient St. Nicholas Church. They now believe it could contain an undamaged grave and bones of the revered saint. If they're correct, it could settle a long-running debate about where he was laid to rest, as well as dash the hopes of millions of children. During electronic surveys, researchers found there were gaps beneath the ancient street. Nicholas Church and now believe it could contain an undamaged grave of the apostle. If they do find the 1,674-year-old remains, it would contradict locals' narratives which suggest the relics are in Italy. After his death in the year 343, Nicholas was buried in his hometown of Myra. Arab forces who occupied Myra in the 11th century excavated the bones and brought them back to the Italian port of Bari, where they are buried to this day, it is widely claimed. However, these Turkish archaeologists are now suggesting the wrong bones were removed, and the ones that went to Italy belonged to an anonymous priest. Known for his gift-giving and charity to the poor, the 4th century saint was the inspiration behind the legend of Santa Claus. Records say St. Nicholas was buried at the church built in his name. However, his body's exact whereabouts has always been a mystery, until now. The latest discoveries support claims St. Nicholas was born in the 3rd century and lived and died in Turkey. However, the tomb lies beneath the mosaic, so the tiles will need to be removed carefully. We believe this shrine has not been damaged at all, but it is quite difficult to get to it as there are mosaics on the floor, head of Antalya's Monument Authority Semel Karabaran told Hürriyet Daily News. We have obtained very good results, but the real work starts now. The safe temple is currently inaccessible due to the stone reliefs blocking it. We will reach the ground and maybe we will find the untouched body of St. Nicholas's, he said. Researchers now believe at the time of his death in 343 AD St. Nicholas was interred at the church in Demir, where he lay undisturbed until the 11th century. Previously, it was believed the 1,674-year-old remains were smuggled to the Italian city of Bari by merchants in the year 1087. However, Turkish archaeologists are now suggesting the wrong bones were removed, and the ones that went to Italy belonged to an anonymous priest. Dr. Karabaran suggests the wrong bones were taken when the church was burned down and then reconstructed. He says he's optimistic about finding Santa's corpse in the new crypt. The expert is currently trying to hire researchers from 8 different specialisms to carry out work at the tomb. Santa Claus is based on stories about Saint Nicholas, who built a reputation for performing miracles and secretly giving gold to the needy. He famously said, "The giver of every good and perfect gift has called upon us to mimic God's giving, by grace, through faith, and this is not of ourselves." On one occasion, according to stories, he climbed down a chimney to leave his donation. After his death in the year 343, Nicholas was buried in his hometown of Myra. Arab forces who occupied Myra in the 11th century excavated the bones and brought them back to the Italian port of Bari, where they are buried to this day, it is widely claimed. By the Middle Ages, Christmas had assimilated dozens of pagan traditions. Sacred words put to popular music became carols, and the quiet time in agriculture in December had been formalized as the 12 days of Christmas. Mr. Karabaram said the team are currently looking for researchers to help carry out the rest of the work at the site that could prove this long-held